The phone slipped from my hand, clattering onto the kitchen tiles with a sound like a gunshot. My fiancée's voice, preserved in the open voicemail, sliced through the silence. Tell him to figure it out. It's not our problem. And, babe, don't forget, our little secret stays between us. The words weren't meant for me. They were for him. My chest tightened, a fist of ice squeezing my heart. I stood frozen, the hum of the refrigerator deafening in the dim morning light filtering through the blinds. My brother, unemployed and drowning, had called me an hour ago, begging for help. I'd promised to talk to Elise about loaning him money. Now, her voice, sharp, dismissive, intimate with someone else, echoed in my skull. Who's babe? The apartment smelled of a lavender perfume, clinging to the air like a lie. I bent to retrieve the phone, my fingers trembling as they brushed the cold floor. The voicemail wasn't even meant to be heard. She'd sent it to my number by mistake, a cruel slip of fate. I played it again, hoping I'd misheard. Our little secret. Each syllable was a needle, pricking at the life we'd built. 2 years of promises, whispered plans for a wedding next spring, her hand in mine as we picked out a venue by the lake. The memory felt like a photograph curling in flames. I sank into a chair, the wood creaking under my weight. My mind raced, stitching together fragments of the past few weeks. Elise had been distant, her smiles tight, her eyes darting to her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. I'd chalked it up to stress. Her promotion at the law firm, the late nights, the client dinners that stretched past midnight. You're paranoid, Nate, I'd told myself. She loves you. But the voicemail wasn't paranoia. It was a crack in the foundation of everything I believed. The front door clicked open, and my pulse spiked. Elise stepped inside, her heels tapping a rhythm against the hardwood. Her auburn hair was loose, catching the light like embers. She froze when she saw me, her briefcase slipping slightly in her grip. Nate, you're up early. Her voice was hunted, but there was a flicker in her eyes, something caged. Yeah, I said, my throat dry. Couldn't sleep. I held up the phone, the screen still glowing with her voicemail. Her face paled, just for a moment, before she masked it with a smile. What's wrong? She asked, setting her briefcase down with deliberate care. You look like you've seen a ghost. I swallowed, my tongue heavy. Who's, babe? The question hung between us, sharp and jagged. Her smile faltered, and for a split second, I saw the truth in her eyes, guilt, raw and unguarded. What are you talking about? She said, laughing lightly, but it was forced, like I pushed through a broken flute. She moved toward the counter, busying herself with her purse, avoiding my gaze. I heard the voicemail, Elise. My voice cracked, betraying the storm inside me. The one you didn't mean to send me. Our little secret. Who are you talking to? She toned, her lips parting, but no sound came out. The silence was suffocating, thick with the weight of what she wasn't saying. I wanted her to deny it, to laugh it off, to prove I was wrong. But her eyes, those green eyes I'd fallen for, were wide with something like fear. It's not what you think, she said finally, her voice low. It's complicated. Complicated. I stood, the chair scraping against the floor. My brother's begging for help, and you're dismissing him like he's nothing. And you're calling someone else, babe? Tell me what's going on, Elise. Now. She crossed her arms, her fingers digging into her elbows. You're blowing this out of proportion. Nate. The voicemail was about work. A colleague. We were talking about a case. That's all. A case? I stepped closer, my voice rising despite myself. You don't call colleagues babe. You don't talk about secrets with them. Her jaw tightened, and for the first time, I saw anger flash across her face. You're so quick to assume the worst, aren't you? Maybe if you trusted me. Trusted you. I cut her off, my heart pounding. I did trust you. Until 10 minutes ago, when I heard you talking to someone else like they're your whole world. The air between us crackled, charged with words we couldn't take back. She looked away, her gaze landing on the window, where dawn was bleeding into the sky. It's not like that, she whispered, but her voice was thin, fraying at the edges. Then what is it? I demanded. Because I'm standing here, Elise, trying to make sense of this, and all I can think is that the woman I love is lying to me. She flinched, and for a moment, I thought she'd break, spill everything. But then her phone buzzed on the counter, a single vibration that felt like a bomb going off. We both stared at it. The screen lit up with a name, Mark, her colleague, the one she'd been meeting for those late-night dinners. "Don't," she said, reaching for the phone, but I was faster. I grabbed it, my thumb hovering over the screen. A text preview glowed. "Last night was incredible. Can't wait to see you again." The world tilted. My knees buckled, and I gripped the counter to steady myself. The words burned into my vision, each one a betrayal sharper than the last. I looked at her, searching for something, anything, to prove this wasn't real. But her face was a mask of guilt, her eyes brimming with tears she didn't let fall. "Nate," she said, her voice barely audible. "I didn't mean for this to happen." "Didn't mean for what?" I spat, my voice raw. "For me to find out? Or for you to sleep with him?" She recoiled, as if I'd struck her. "It's not that simple," she said, her words tumbling out now, desperate. "Mark and I, it just happened. I was stressed, and you were always so focused on your brother, on his problems. I felt alone. Nate, I needed someone." I laughed, a bitter, broken sound. "So you chose him? You chose to lie to me, to sneak around, to break us." "I didn't want to hurt you," she cried, stepping toward me. I backed away, the space between us a chasm now. "I love you, Nate. I do. This was a mistake, a stupid mistake." "A mistake?" I shook my head, my chest aching with the weight of her words. "You don't accidentally call someone babe. You don't accidentally spend nights with them." Her tears spilled over now, streaking her cheeks. "Please," she whispered, "we can fix this. I'll end it with him. I'll do whatever you want." I stared at her, the woman I planned to marry, the woman I'd trusted with every piece of myself. And all I could see was the voicemail, the text, the lies piling up like ashes. My brother's voice echoed in my mind, his desperation from an hour ago. "I don't know what to do, Nate. I'm losing everything." And now, here I was, losing everything too. I set her phone down, my hand steady now, though inside I was shattering. "You told him to figure it out," I said quietly. "So figure it out, Elise, without me." I walked past her, the lavender scent choking me as I grabbed my keys and headed for the door. Her sobs followed me, but I didn't look back. The hallway stretched endlessly before me, each step heavier than the last. Behind me, the apartment held the ruins of our life together, shattered trust, broken promises, and a secret that had burned it all to the ground. As the door clicked shut, my phone buzzed in my pocket. Another message, this time from my brother. "I'm sorry, Nate. I didn't want you to know." My heart stopped. The betrayal wasn't just Hayes. It was his too. They both tore my world apart, and I hadn't seen it coming.